Hi everybody, it's Mr. Garcia. This is the practice test. I was going to go over it with you guys, especially maybe the parents don't know exactly what I expect on a test. But so number one, what is 432 written in expanded form? So they need to know what expanded means, and I like for them to highlight or underline or box the number and the important word. So expanded form means that we're putting each place value. So this is the hundreds. So the 4 is going to actually be 400. The 3 is in the tens place. The 3 is in the tens place, so it's going to be 30. And the 2 is in the ones place, so it's going to be just 2. So 400 plus 30 plus 2 is going to be D. So we teach them hundreds, tens, ones. Unos, dieces, y ciens. So 432, that's regular form or standard form. But when you're in expanded form, 4 becomes 400, 3 becomes 30, 2 becomes 1, or 2 becomes 2. Alright, number 2. Which fact has the difference of 3? Difference means the answer to a subtraction problem. So 15 minus 10 is 5, so that's not 3, so it's not A. 18 minus 10 is 8. So that's not 3. And 16 minus 10 is 6. 13 minus 10 is 3. That's what we're looking for. So it is C. If they're not able to do that, here's a strategy. They can start at 10. So say 10 is the smaller number, so they're going to 10. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So the answer to that one is 5. Or they can just draw all 13 for C. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. And then we subtract 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then we have 3 left, so the answer is 3. But I do want them to show that they tried for each one by showing work for each one. Number 3, which number is represented by the star on the line? So we have a number line here, and they give us 100, 150, 200. So they're counting by 50s, and they want to know if they can see or where the star is. So I would start at A, 125. That's more than 100, but 125 is less than 150. So this number would go right here. 230 would be more than 200, so that would be around here. 190 would be a little bit less than 200. So this is our answer. And then 260 would be way over here. So they're just seeing if they know how to use a number line. And then it's all about place values too. Number 4. What is 75 rounded to the nearest 10? Rounding means to find a close number, a close friendly number. So taught them to do a number line. You start with 70 and 80, and our midpoint is 75, and we're rounding 75, so that's right in the middle. So when we're rounding and we're in the middle, we always go up to 80. So 75 will round to 80, 76 will round to 80, 77 would round to 80, 78, and 79. All those numbers will round to 80. 74, 73, 72, 71 would all round down to 70. So 65 would not be, not 70, not 75. It would be 80. Number 5. Maria said that counters below show 7 is an odd number. Which of Maria's statements prove that 7 is an odd number? So odd, the word odd means that you can split the number exactly in half. Or you cannot split it exactly in half. Like 3, 1, 2, 3. If I tried to split that in half, you would have 2 on this side and 1 on this side. So this would be an odd number. So A, if I had one more counter, these are counters. If I had one more counter, I would have 10. That doesn't make sense. I was able to make pairs of every counter except 1. Pairs means 2. So here's a pair, a pair, a pair, and I couldn't do 1, so that is correct. The reason it's correct is because odd numbers, there's always going to be 1 left out when you try to pair them. There's not 2 equal groups, and 7 is smaller than 10. 7 is smaller than 10, but it doesn't prove why it's odd or even. So that one's B. We flip it over. This one's important. Select all means that there's going to be more than one answer. And then we are, so I would circle that and then round to 60 when rounded to the nearest 10. So I guess I would do a number line for each one of these and see which one rounds to 60. So when you're rounding, I have them start out with a little number line. You have 50, 60, and in the middle 55. On this one we'll have 60, 70, 65. This one 50, 60, 55. So we're just making a number line, and these 2 numbers are what it could round to. So I have the closest tens because it wants me to find the nearest 10. So they've done this at school. They should be able to do this. 57 would go on this side of the middle line, so this one rounds to 60. 66 would round here, so this one rounds to 70. 62 would be right here, so this one rounds to 60. And this one, 54, is closer to this 50. So which ones are rounded to 60? A and B. Those are your answers, and it's not C or D. So notice how, because it's select all, there's 2 answers. 11. Which numbers are in order from greatest to least? Greatest number to the least number. The biggest number to the smallest number. So this one's smaller than this one, so this one's not correct. We want the biggest number first. This one's big, this one's small, but then it goes back up bigger again. So that's not in order. B, you got 800, then 500, then 300. That is what we're looking for, greatest to least. And this one, 700 and 700, that's a tie in the hundreds place, so let's go to the tens place. We got 3 versus 6. This is actually a larger number, so this should be in front if that was our answer, but it's not, so it is B. Number 12, which statement is true? Now, an even number is going to be just 7 plus 7, because remember, you can split it in half. Well, 7 plus 7 is 14. And if we add one more, that would be an odd number. Because, like, 14 is even, because it would just be 7 plus 7. Because you can split it right in half. 15, you can't do that, because you would have to add another one. So this is not a true statement, because 15 would be odd. B, 18 is odd. Well, 9 plus 9 is 18, but it's not odd. It would be even. 16, or C, 16 is even because A plus 7 is 16. Well, first of all, A plus 7 is 15. So 16 is even. That's true, because 8 and 8 make 16. But 8 plus 7 equals 15, so this doesn't make sense. And the last one, 19, is odd, because 9 plus 9 is 18. But when you add 1, that's your left one. That's what makes it not even. You can't split it exactly in half. It has 1 left over. That's why it's odd. So this is D. 13. So the answer is B on this one. But I'm just going to show you what we expect. This was the toughest one on the test, I think. But we want to make sure they know that. So 13 tens is the same thing as 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. These represent tens in our class. So these tens are the same thing as, they're equal to one of these. And then 10 ones, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 is equal to 110. So let me give you a quick overview of what we teach the kids. So these are called unit cubes, and they, sorry, my hand's all dirty because we were using slime today, magnetic slime. But we got ones, and we can have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So we can have up to 9 in our ones place. This is called our ones. But as soon as we get 10, as soon as we get one more, then what we have to do is put them all together and put them over here in the 10 spot. But they don't look like that in the 10 spot. We give them this, so we kind of trade it in. So if you put them all together like this, that is the same thing as 110. So you can have 1, you can have 8, you can have 7, you can have 9, but as soon as you have 10 ones, you would take that away and you would have one group of 10. Then, let's say you have 20, 30, these are all groups of 10, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90. You can have up to 90, but once you get 100, then you have to take all of these together and move them over to 100 spot. And this would be 100. Once you have 100, it looks like this. So we now have this. So we trade this in for 100. So we've taught the students that the ones that look like this, we can just quickly go like this when we're drawing it. The tens, when they look like this, we can just draw one line to represent a 10. And 100 that looks like this is a square. So if I wanted to make 342, I can draw 100, 200, 300, 42. So they should know this way, it's called standard, and they should know the picture way as well. So this is standard form, picture form. Now I say that, wanted to show you that because that's what this is about. 300s so if we look at this one, 300s, 100, 200, 300, 3 tens, 110, 2 tens, 3 tens, and it says 4 ones. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then, that's just the first part. The next part says, we're comparing it to this one. And the second one says 200s, so we would draw 200s and 12 tens. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 tens, and 4 ones. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, this might not look the same, but watch this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. These 10 need to go over here because they make 100. So now these are gone, and so now it's 334, and this one's going to be 324. So they are not the same, but it's very close. So they need to do that to all of these and figure out which ones are the same. So that's a tough one, but they can do that if they draw it out and take their time. Number 14, what's 100 more than 643? 100 more than 643. I would have them draw out 643. Hundreds, tens, ones. 643. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 4 ones, and 4 tens and 3 ones. And then it says 100 more. Well, I just go to my hundreds place and I put 100 more. And now my new number is 743, and that would be D. And the last one, it says select all. Select all means there's going to be more than one answer, and there's going to be which ones have the sum of 9. That means adding. Sum means adding. So 9 plus 0 is 9. That's correct. 8 plus 2 is actually 10, so that's not correct. 6 plus 4 would be 10, so that's not correct. But 5 plus 4 equals 9, so that is correct. And they could show their work like this. 5 plus 4 equals 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So that is 9. Then they're going to have a